Rihanna's definitely got love on the brain, who has been linked to billionaire businessman Hassan Jameel.
Rihanna and Hassan Jameel's story might hit close to home.
Have you ever seen a couple, and it makes you wonder how they even came together? That was Rihanna, the iconic musician and actress, with Hassan Jameel, the Saudi private billionaire. Now, you wouldn't expect their worlds to collide, but somehow it did. And for almost 3 long years, they tried to make it work. Unfortunately, their love story eventually ended. What triggered this split? And how did the two cope afterward? Let's find out all about Rihanna and Jameel. Before fame, wealth, and influence, Rihanna was just Robin Rihanna Fenty, a small girl from an island trying to escape the harsh reality of this world. She was born on the 20th of February, 1988 in St. Michael, Barbados, and grew up in Bridgetown in a small apartment with her parents and younger brother. Her childhood wasn't easy, and she suffered from some vital traumatic experiences. Her dad, Ronald Fenty, struggled with unhealthy habits. He was in and out of work and could hardly save up any money to fend for his family. Money was always an issue for them. Rihanna has always openly spoken about how this affected her mindset while growing up. "I saw my dad taking different substances. I saw him struggling to live off his unhealthy habits, and I saw him countless times being harsh and mistreating my mom," Rihanna explained in a podcast. Her mom, Monica Braithwaite, worked as an accountant, and she tried her best to keep her family stable. Although she tried to keep everything in check, the tension at home was unbearable. Rihanna would often have to step in when her parents fought. This greatly affected her concentration in school. She was a bright but troubled kid. She had headaches so bad that she was tested for having a tumor. It turned out that she was having a hard time dealing with all the stress going on in her home. However, after so many years, music became her escape. As a teenager, Rihanna loved singing along to reggae and pop hits. She was obsessed with Beyoncé, Madonna, and Mariah Carey, while she dreamed of making it big one day. In 2003, at just 15 years old, she and her 2 friends auditioned in a concert for Evans Roger, a music producer from New York who was vacationing in Barbados. The moment Evans heard Rihanna sing, he knew she was special. And he later affirmed that when he saw Rihanna, it was as if the 2 other girls she came with did not exist. Evans eventually invited Rihanna to record a demo. Just like that, her life changed forever. At 16, Rihanna left Barbados and moved to New York with Evans. There they recorded a few songs, including what became her first hit, Pon de Replay. That same night, Rihanna signed with Def Jam and started her music career. She dropped her first album, Music of the Sun, in 2005. It was a mix of reggae and pop, and while it wasn't a huge hit, it was still able to show the world that she was a rising star. Her second album, A Girl Like Me, in 2006, gave her the first big hit. The song blew up on the charts, proving Rihanna had her song games on, and it brought her slightly into the spotlight. In 2007, she released her third album, Good Girl Turned Bad, which turned her into the superstar she is today. Her album Umbrella features Jay-Z and has songs like Don't Stop the Music, Shut Up, Drive, and Take a Bow. When Rihanna was finally making it, she decided to spice up her looks by cutting her hair, which changed her style from a cute pop girl to a full-blown icon. Just like her dream, she became one of the biggest celebrities in the world. While Rihanna had it rough while growing up, her lover Jameel's life was the opposite. Jameel Hassan was born into the wealthiest families in the Middle East. His family owns Abdul Latif Jameel, a conglomerate with a vast array of business interests. In terms of education, Jameel holds a Bachelor degree of Arts in International Economics from Sophia University in Tokyo, Japan. He furthered his studies by obtaining an MBA from the London Business School. His time in Japan not only provided him with a solid academic foundation, it allowed him to become fluent in Japanese, Arabic, and English. At the core of Jameel's professional life was his role as the deputy president and vice chairman of Abdul Latif Jameel. It was founded in 1945 by his grandfather, and the company had grown into a globally diversified business, with operations in over 30 countries. Their ventures span various sectors, including automotive, as one of the world's largest independent distributors of Toyota and Lexus vehicles. In real estate, they develop residential and commercial property through Jameel Properties. In financial services, they offer a range of financial solutions to support businesses and consumers. And in renewable energy, They invest in sustainable energy solutions to promote environmental well-being. Under Jameel Hassan's leadership, the company has grown and expanded its global footprint and embraced innovation and sustainability as core principles. Beyond the walls of business, Jameel Hassan is also deeply committed to philanthropy. He plays a pivotal role in Community Jameel, his family's philanthropic arm, which focuses on various initiatives like job creation, education, health and culture, and arts. They develop programs to combat unemployment and foster economic growth. They also partner with institutions like MIT to advance scientific research and education. They support medical research and healthcare initiatives to improve global health outcomes. They also promote cultural heritage by supporting artists in the Middle East and beyond. His involvement in all these initiatives reflects a dedication to leveraging business success for the greater good and aiming to create positive societal impact. Jameel Hassan had always maintained a relatively private and personal lifestyle away from the spotlight and the prying eyes of the media. However, his alleged past relationship with Rihanna changed the narratives. Their love story. Rihanna and Hassan first linked up in June 2017 when the paparazzi spotted them vacationing in Spain. The photos of them being intimate in a private villa went viral, and Rihanna's fans were desperate to know who the mystery man was. Unlike her past relationships, this one was different. Prior to her relationship with Hassan, she had dated Chris Brown, another rising rhythm and blues star, from 2007 to 2009. They were the industry perfect couple until the night before the Grammys. That night, Chris physically mistreated Rihanna, leaving her bruised and beaten. Photos of her injuries leaked online, and the world was shocked since they never believed Chris could do such a thing to Rihanna. As a result of this, Rihanna disappeared from the spotlight. She was hurt, embarrassed, and dealing with trauma. However, she didn't let her pain linger for too long. The news of her being mistreated made her even more popular, and she decided to use that to her advantage by releasing Rated R, an album full of dark, emotional songs like Russian Roulette and Hard. After her breakup with singer Chris Brown, she entered into another romantic relationship with Matt Kemp, a professional baseball player, for approximately a year, which also ended abruptly. Rihanna was also in an on and off relationship with rapper Drake from 2009 to 2016. On the other hand, Hassan Jameel was married to Lina Lazar, a Tunisian art critic and curator, before dating Rihanna. They began dating in 2008 and got married in 2012. They later divorced in 2015 after 7 years together. Subsequently, when her relationship with Hassan started, Rihanna was consciously private with Hassan, avoiding interviews about their romance. They were rarely seen together in public, leading to speculations about how serious the relationship really was. However, despite their secrecy, they shared a major milestone. In September 2017, the couple attended a Grammy after party together, although they avoided being photographed. In December 2017, Rihanna spent time with Hassan's family. In June 2018, they were spotted arguing in Mexico. This brought up speculation that the couple was having issues in their relationship. However, the rumors were dissolved in June 2019 when Rihanna revealed in an interview with Interview magazine that she was deeply in love with Hassan Jameel. While they were good at keeping their relationship under wraps, it was clear to all that their bond was strong. Unfortunately, as their love deepened, so did their challenges. One of the biggest hurdles in Rihanna and Hassan's relationship was their cultural relationship. Rihanna was fiercely independent, outspoken, and rebellious. These are the qualities that made her a global icon, but also contrasted with Hassan's traditional upbringing. Hassan came from a Saudi family with deep-rooted hardcore traditions, where marriages were often arranged and family expectations played a significant role in personal relationships. While Hassan was more progressive than many in his culture, the pressure from his family was likely immense. If Rihanna and Hassan had married, she would have had to navigate life as part of Saudi Arabia's elite, which could have meant adapting to strict social expectations about how women should behave in Saudi high society. Managing the cultural and religious differences between her world and Hassan's would not have been easy for her. She would have had to deal with the media scrutiny of being one of the most famous women in the world while married to a powerful Saudi businessman. Rihanna feared she would lose herself in all this, and the world would criticize her for letting go of her passion to feed her emotions. Worst of all, she feared that people would begin to think it was because of Hassan's wealth. While their love was real, it was possible these differences played a vital role and made a long-term future difficult to process. Rihanna was already at the peak of her career. She didn't want anything to distort her from the part she had long struggled to carve for herself. She had raised multiple businesses and was working on releasing new music. She was also expanding her influence over the fashion industry. Balancing such a demanding career with a committed relationship was quite difficult. And in a candid interview, Rihanna admitted, "I got into a new relationship and it mattered to me. It was like I needed to make time for this. Just like I nurture my businesses, I needed to nurture this as well and make it work." However, despite her efforts, her busy schedule often kept her away from Hassan. Meanwhile, Hassan had his own commitments to keep up with. He wasn't just a billionaire who had all the free time in the world. He had to give his all to his family's billion-dollar empire. Could they have at least come through for their relationship and made it work if their careers weren't so demanding? Perhaps they would have, but with both of them leading such powerful lives, it became a hassle and difficult for them to maintain their relationship. Of course, no one was willing to sacrifice. In January 2020, multiple sources confirmed that Rihanna and Hassan had split. The breakup was described as amicable, but the real reasons for it remained private. Speculations were that Hassan wanted to start a family with Rihanna, but she was at a point in her life where she took marriage and family life as a distraction from her goals. Getting married and settling down weren't her top priorities. Others said Hassan came from a family that valued tradition, and while he was modern in many ways, there was always the question of whether his family fully accepted Rihanna as a long-term partner. Seeing how she did not match up to their cultural ethics, Rihanna had refused to be used and controlled to fit a certain notion in their culture. Though they parted ways, both moved on with mutual love and respect for each other. Life after the breakup. After the breakup, Rihanna appeared to thrive as the independent, fierce woman she is known to be. She seemed to double up on her career and ambitions regarding her relationship with Hassan Jameel. After the breakup, there was no public drama. It was just Rihanna moving on with grace and piousness. She emphasized in an interview that relationships, no matter how strong, sometimes run their course. And she just wanted to live on her terms without pressure. She had spent much of her time focusing and loving herself more, embracing friendships and continuing to build her career. When seen on social media posts, making business moves, or on magazine covers, Rihanna exuded confidence and self-worth that controlled her narrative. Rihanna had already solidified herself in the business world and was thriving greatly as a business mogul by the time her relationship ended. However, her post-breakup era saw even greater success. She worked on not being slowed down by the pain of a breakup, but imputed her energy to expanding her business. Her Fenty Beauty brand, already a revolutionary force in the cosmetic industry, continued to dominate the business industry. She was clearly immersed in her business, making sure no strategy failed. By launching and exporting her product in and out of different countries, her brand was soon popular among various other products. Simultaneously, as if on cue, her Savage X Fenty lingerie line experienced rapid growth also. It became known not just as a brand, but as a movement celebrating body movement and empowerment. Her annual Savage X Fenty shows streamed globally, showcasing her creative vision and confirmed her place as a leader in fashion. In 2021, she also made history with LVMH. The luxury conglomerate partnered with Fenty, a rare honor for a Black woman in the high fashion space. While the Fenty fashion house under LVMH later paused operations, it became clear that Rihanna had redefined what celebrity entrepreneurship could be. Not long after her breakup with Jameel Hassan, Rihanna's name was linked to her longtime friend and rapper, A$AP Rocky. The two had been friends for nearly a decade, often sparking rumors over their years together, but they only maintained a playful and supportive friendship. However, by late 2020, speculations began to grow when they were seen together more often. It was not until the early 2021 that Rocky confirmed their romance in an interview by calling Rihanna the love of his life. Their relationship felt different, more natural, easygoing, and filled with mutual admiration. Rihanna and Rocky seemed more open about their love. They went on vacations together, attended their events hand in hand, and made sure they supported each other's careers. One of the biggest achievements in Rihanna's life came in January 2022, when she announced she was expecting her first child with Rocky. Fans were in awe of her stunning pregnancy style as she redefined maternity fashion by embracing bold, body-bearing looks that celebrated her changing body. In May of that year, she welcomed her baby Asa Athelson Mayers, whom she named after the legendary Wu-Tang Clan leader RZA, reflecting their deep appreciation for hip-hop culture. Then, in 2023, she shocked the world again by revealing her second pregnancy during her Super Bowl halftime show performance. By August of that same year, she had given birth to their second child, Riot Rose Mayers. The growing family had been a source of joy and hope for the couple, but most especially for Rihanna, who was embracing motherhood with joy and grace. They both engaged in parenting with a laid-back yet deeply involved approach. Her transformation into a mother seemed to bring her an even deeper sense of fulfillment. She took a break from music to focus on her growing family, but maintained her business and career. Motherhood, she later said in interviews, had given her a new perspective on life and love. She also spoke about the deep emotional connection she has with her children. She and Rocky are known to be active parents, surrounding their children with love, warmth, creativity, and music. Their daily routine changed and now included structured care and flexibility. Rihanna, a self-acclaimed night owl, adjusted her lifestyle to accommodate early mornings with her babies. She mentioned that her children now dictate her schedule by waking her early and setting her tone for the day. Despite her massive success in business and personal life, Rihanna's fans continued to ask one major question: when is the new album dropping? Since her last album, Anti, in 2016, she has been teasing new music for years. In 2022, she made a long-awaited return to music with the soundtrack Lift Me Up, the lead single from Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. The song was a tribute to the late Chadwick Boseman and was emotional and powerful, showing Rihanna's ability to move the heart of her audience with her voice. However, the long-rumored R9 album remained elusive. Rihanna assured her fans that music was still part of her future and that she would be coming back strong, but at her own pace. "I want it to be worth it," she said in an interview. She wasn't interested in rushing back, as she had a lot going on already. On the other hand, Jameel Hassan continued to make significant strides in his professional and philanthropic endeavors. As the deputy president and vice chairman of Abdul Latif Jameel, a diversified family-owned business, and vice chairman of Community Jameel, an international organization tackling global challenges, his breakup period with Rihanna was marked by leadership roles, strategic investments, and a commitment to social impact. Jameel Hassan started to head Abdul Latif Jameel's domestic operations in Saudi Arabia, overseeing sectors such as mobility, land, real estate, and machinery. His tenure has been characterized by a focus on digital transformation, innovation, and critical thinking, which involves strategic inputs to grow and manage the business. He emerged and steered the company toward a data-centric approach to enhance interactions with customers and partners. His emphasis on digitalization reflects his commitment to modernizing the company's operations and maintaining its competitive edge in a rapidly evolving market economy. Beyond his responsibilities within Abdul Latif Jameel, Hassan has played a pivotal role in fostering entrepreneurship and innovation through strategic investments. As a member of the Jameel Family Investment Supervisory Board, he has overseen investments in the early stages and broken through ventures and technologies on a global scale. Notably, his investment portfolio includes stakes in the United States electric vehicle manufacturer Rivian and flying taxi developer Joby Aviation, which reflect a forward-thinking approach to sustainable mobility solutions. Hassan's involvement with Rivian extended to a board position, which underscored his active participation in shaping the future of transportation. In the realms of his philanthropic journey, Hassan Jameel's influence is profoundly felt through his role as vice chairman of the Community Jameel. Established in 2023, Community Jameel continues the Jameel family's tradition of supporting social and economic development initiatives worldwide. The organization collaborates solely with leading institutions to address pressing global challenges in areas such as education, health, and climate change. He entered into a notable partnership with the Massachusetts Institute of Technology through the Abdul Latif Jameel Poverty Action Lab, which celebrated its 20th anniversary in 2023. During the anniversary event, Jameel delivered opening remarks highlighting the organization's commitment to evidence-based approaches to combating poverty and improving and impacting lives globally. He was concerned about using his wealth to help the less privileged as much as possible. Jameel's dedication to his family businesses and their role in the Gulf region's economy is evident through his involvement with the Family Business Council, Gulf. In December 2024, he was appointed vice chairman of Family Business Council, Gulf, a not-for-profit organization aimed at strengthening family business governance and ensuring their continuity across generations. Aside from his corporate and philanthropic endeavors, Jameel was able to actively contribute to the academic and entrepreneurial communities through various advisory roles. He served on the Tokyo Global Advisory Board for the University of Tokyo and the MIT School of Engineering Dean's Advisory Council. This position allowed him to close the gap between industry and academia, encouraging innovation that could accompany knowledge exchange. Additionally, Hassan acts as an advisor to Commotion, an annual event that convenes leaders and innovators in urban mobility. Since his breakup from Rihanna, Hassan Jameel appeared to be focused solely on his professional and philanthropic endeavors. Although public records and media do not indicate any confirmed romantic relationship for Hassan Jameel after his breakup with Rihanna, he was briefly linked to British supermodel Naomi Campbell in 2016. Do you think Rihanna would have ended up with Jameel Hassan if things had worked out differently? Leave your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Before you go, watch the other videos on your screen.